Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is The Masonic Traveler, Chichester Cathedral, in Praise of the Eternal Spirit and the Enduring Nature of a Craftsman's Skill, by Brother Jonathan A. Corbett, entered apprentice, and comes from the March-April 2025 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. Behold the miraculous cathedrals of Europe, for they are wonders of great imagination and intellect, perfection and beauty, initiated in stone and designed by men of skill and vision who sought to transfer the geometry of heaven to this earthly plane. Wandering those same ancient paths of these men, my own journey to the delightful Sussex cathedral city of Chichester, set amid the South Downs and the sea, was to behold their finished works. Behold, ye Anglo-Saxons, the might and majesty of Normandy. For no better way was there than to impose visually the patina of the new French rulers by constructing permanent, spellbinding monuments in stone that reached the very heavens. Emerging a decade after the Norman conquest of 1066, the old Roman city of Chichester gained regional importance as the new seat of the see and bishopric. With core stone sourced from the Isle of Wight, work commenced around 1091 on the building of a new cathedral, which was consecrated in 1108. However, subsequent catastrophic fires over a dozen years and more destroyed the cathedral's wooden roof. Stone vaulting was installed instead, and much of the building was refurbished. Around 1400, the spire and cloisters were added, and a bell tower uniquely detached from the main corpus of the cathedral. This was a return visit, for I had previously spent one bleak winter's day exploring the history and architecture of Chichester Cathedral, which has stood at the heart of the city for more than 9 centuries. With the spirit and confidence of a Macoun of old, I crossed the portal of the cathedral once more to be warmly greeted and invited inside by an awaiting steward. Having explained the purpose of my mission, I was helpfully oriented towards that very place. Wending my way under sturdy Norman arches and along spacious aisles, I paused with expectation abruptly to behold, in stirring wonder, a true masterwork. The much-loved English poet Philip Larkin also visited Chichester Cathedral and pronounced that he was touched and affected by this memorial monument that was unlike any other that he had previously beheld. In his poem An Arundel Tomb, he ponders on the nature of time, temporality, loyalty, and love. Through reflection and moving verse, he describes his reactions and wonderment upon first seeing the nobles' faithful effigies, blurred with the passage of time, and contrasts their pre-Baroque era with our present unarmorial days. The Purbeck marble figures of Richard FitzAlan, Earl of Arundel, and the Countess Eleanor of Lancaster, his second wife, gracefully resting side by side, and their hands tenderly joined in love, embody a long-past age of chivalry. These regal figures, which would originally have been painted, are resplendently adorned with shields displaying their coats of arms. The Earl is dressed as a knight, while Eleanor, who dons the period attire of a noblewoman, is ornamented with veil and wimple. This memorial sculpture work is designed in the familiar style and representation of Henry de Yavelle, deviser of masonry to the king. As an operative master mason, Henry would have been instructed in the arts of the craft through his father Roger on how to draw, to use square and compasses, how to hew freestone, as well as how to skillfully carve finery for decorative sculpture and altar work. In Psalm 133, well known to Masons, we are reminded that it is an honor for men to cease from strife and to behold how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. The mid-1450s saw an early regularization of operative masonry in England, with the aim of ending the frequent intercraft disputes among hewers, carvers, layers, and setters over which work could be conducted between them. The meeting was held at the Guildhall in London around 1355 through 56 to establish codes of practice and conduct for the honest craft of masonry. 12 of the most perfectly skilled men of the trade were chosen, among them Henry de Abel. The newly ordained articles for the trade of operative masons would hopefully remedy their dissensions and grievances. When considering the desired qualities of a master mason, namely steadfastness, trustworthiness, and honor, the three pillars of wisdom, strength, and beauty also come to mind. Shakespeare wisely wrote in Love's Labour's Lost that beauty is bought by judgment of the eye. Act 2, Scene 1, line 15. In like manner, I would venture that perfection is the measure one beholds in a master mason's eye. Thus, ascending confidently, with the generous help of an on-duty verger's stepladder, I too, with a keen eye, was able to capture a time-transcending image of the Earl and Countess. I was inspired to write down these thoughts. The Master's Eye. The sharpest tool a mason has is his discerning eye. From quarry deep, searched, unearthed nature's treasure is brought up high. With gifted skills from ancient days, stones hewn he doth raise for man to behold and sigh, upon temples towering to the sky shaped all in deity's praise. While meditating upon the courtly couple, the poet Larkin advised, "What will survive of us is love." Truly, it is a wonder that this sculpture and cathedral both have survived the ravages of time, battles, and plague, the religious and civil upheavals of 17th century England, Victorian fancifulness, the disastrous collapse of the cathedral's tower and spire in 1861, and of course, the darkest days of World War II. Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations for this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.